Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, the king of all video games, the king of controversy, the king of, well, just everything, has now officially hit a brand new peak now with their brand new Netflix show, and we're going to talk a little bit of a deep dive of just all the news, all the information, kind of give a little bit of a big thumbs up to show how important nowadays gaming, as well as also TV shows, movies, etc., are so important. But as well, I want to kind of just talk about this in general because I just think it's such an intriguing thing nonetheless. So we got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to discuss, and as well, I think in my opinion, kind of some good news. So let's go and talk about it. And if you guys can kind of tell by what I'm alluding to, this is all in regards to Cyberpunk 2077 that had a very, very surprising comeback when it comes to games player base, and it's had over 1 million now daily players, and it basically got revitalized pretty hardcore. So let's go talk about it. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, the Amazon links down below for all the signups. There should be a drop going tomorrow, so use that on up. The Twitter and Twitch stream if you guys would like to follow, and of course all the other various links. So in case you guys have been living underneath a absolute rock, there has been a brand new show. Now this is in regards to Netflix with the Cyberpunk show, and I actually made sure, like, I'm doing a little bit of my own research on over here first and foremost, but there actually is a brand new show up on Netflix, and it's actually pretty good. This is all in regards to a new Cyberpunk show. I've said like 3 times, but basically it's called Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I'm just going to show you guys, I guess, some of the artwork in case you guys are curious on the style. Now, this actually was way better than I thought it was going to be at the end of the day. So this basically just came on out. I saw the very first 2 episodes, and I'm usually someone who's like to watch anime. I watch the shows, a lot of good anime shows coming up in the next few weeks. And I was like, you want to know what? Trigger, who is a very popular anime, producer, animator type style, who've done a lot of very popular animes out there, worked with Cyberpunk, with CD Projekt Red to make in this, like, literally the anime for this game. And it has been popping off everywhere. And now I don't want to spoil anything too much. This is a very light spoiler. If you guys see it, I hope it's more of like, oh, heck yeah, rather than, spoil. But they even have things in the very, first episodes of the house that the character literally lives in is the same house as the Cyberpunk game. Like, go and watch it. It's actually pretty good. I've only been 2 episodes in so far, so I'll probably watch more of it throughout these next few days as, market research. But it's overall been pretty good. And a lot of folks as well have been saying that the show's been good. It's been solid. Obviously, Netflix has a pretty big user base. And we've also seen a really big, a lot of game pushes, such as The Witcher 1 and 2, that essentially revitalized up a lot of these games. Funny enough, it's also a CD Projekt Red game, but it kind of just goes to show that now the big news is that Cyberpunk is coming out again strong, having now over 1 million daily players, which is insane, because don't forget this game came out literally like this point years ago, and it's just been, like, this is that one game that I think everyone actually likes. I liked it a lot. Buggy issues aside, I like this game a lot. I like the story a lot, and I feel like this game, if it was given like another year and a half, 2 years, whatever, or just went only on next gen from the get-go, this game probably could have been one of the best games on the planet. And I stand by that. If you guys disagree, it's totally fine, but I do think this game was always phenomenal. So basically, this week, Cyberpunk 2077 has had 1 million players in-game each day. So like just, sporadically throughout the day. CD Projekt Red revealed the figure on Twitter, thanking new and returning players for spending time playing the game. The announcement comes after a steady increase in player count for Cyberpunk 2077, where previously, numbers for the game on Steam were on the rise, making it one of Steam's top single-player games. So yesterday, the number of concurrent players peaked out at 86,000. So this is like peak concurrent players, but as well, don't forget, this is for a single-player game. So if you go and play a game like a Dota, CSGO, League of Legends, Call of Duty, whatever, it makes sense you have a high player base, because guess what? You have, let's say for Dota, 10 people total in a game. So just to run this, it'll only be, 860 games or so, which, I mean, is still impressive nonetheless, but it's not as crazy, because a single-player game is someone who could be playing any game at all, any single-player game on console or whatever, and then at the end of the day, they're choosing to go play Cyberpunk, which is insane. So basically, this game has been re-blowing up again. Cyberpunk tweets stating, each day of this week, Night City has been visited by 1 million players, both new and returning. We want to give this opportunity to thank you for being with us and playing the game. Thanks, Chooms. And now, like I said, I've only seen the first 2 episodes of the new Cyberpunk show, but it's been pretty good. This is like one of the characters over here on the right, obviously Cyberpunk characters. And this tweet also has 69,000 favorites. So the surge in players has been attributed to the recent Edge Runners update, and as well as also the Netflix anime of the same name. The later of which is being received well by both critics and fans alike, and I liked it so far. Obviously, I'd have to finish watching it, but I have liked it. Although Cyberpunk 2077 is seeing its highest player count since launch, CD Projekt Red still has a lot to work to do if it wants to match the figures the game saw on release. The number one, currently being celebrated, 1 million players across all platforms, is the same number that was recorded on Steam alone on release day. Although don't forget there is an upcoming expansion, Phantom Liberty, which will be still having Keanu Reeves coming back in his role as Johnny Silverhand 2 as well, which I'm pretty hyped up for. So I just want to make a comment on this to show that this is like such a good video game marketing. And this also does and tie back into how Sony has been doing this as well. Most recently with the Uncharted movie. We also had the Spider-Man movies as well, although it may not always be a one-to-one correlation with the games. It just kind of goes to show that how popular like a good TV show, good HBO show, good Netflix show, good movie can do such a massive, easy and free marketing push for when it comes to the games themselves. And this is awesome to see because Cyberpunk is one of those games that are near and dear to my heart, and I almost want to do a modded run and playthrough of it on my Twitch stream. So if you guys ever want that, let me know. But it's kind of crazy to me because it just is such a, I guess, just crazy game to see. Because this game has gone through controversy after controversy, but at the end of the day, people just keep on crawling back to it, and more new sales keep on coming on in no matter what. You got to give some credit because it does kind of show that this game and same with Witcher have been like one of the craziest experiences where they have a lot of bugs and glitches, kind of even think Skyrim when it came out, but a lot of people love these RPGs and they can kind of go and be okay with it. Even if you guys disagree, because there's still millions of people playing the games now, and this is a multiple-year-old game at this point. So I gotta give some claps, I gotta give some credit. The show has been good so far, and I can't wait to watch more, and probably I'll binge up a lot of this too as well when it shows this on up. But don't forget, too, as we mentioned, there is going to be a new expansion coming out in the near future that has been confirmed. So as we kind of mentioned on the other previous thing, too, as well, they will have the 2023 Phantom Liberty expansion coming out over here, in case you guys missed all that news, which I thought was pretty cool. This is also tied into with the major update as well, which will have a new overhaul of the cop system, vehicle combat system, new gameplay for melee combat, all the cyberwar and more, and as well, there's not really going to probably be much more updates when it comes to prior gen, but maybe for PC and current gen might be a little bit nicer too as well. So they also did have stuff too, as I mentioned. We have, the jacket of lead character David Martinez, too, as well. A new weapon inspired from the anime, and a number of Easter eggs are also tied into the actual thing itself, which I think is also absolutely super cool, too. We have all these updates and these new details and everything else with this. I just think this is so cool because you have these tie-ins, you have the animes, you have the everything, and as mentioned, it's also inspired by Akira and Ghost in the Shell, which are very hardcore, good animes that stapled up a lot of stuff. And as well, we also saw a lot of these kind of big things too when it comes to the Cyberpunk, where there was a lot of big changes and big updates and everything else, where we're seeing big stuff from all these patches. So you can maybe see there was a lot of of the initial first patch. This game has been being worked on throughout these years. Which is why I still think you give it another 2 years or so or some good mods, it'll be great. But they had the emergency patch. I'm sure you guys heard about this one. Huge, massive, big, bug fixes and making sure everything was all kind of good and kind of overall resets. Then they had the August patch, with a lot more stuff with quality of life stuff as well. We can do stuff for perks and do less money and more difficulties. You can double jump during small things too as well. Basically gave more life to the NPCs. They had some minor patches over here for February 2022. They reworked things in the skill tree. They did throwing knives. They did combat UI changes too as well. There's new weapons added. You can change your appearance in the mirror. There is so much different stuff with just everything. You have new quests that were even added to for the Edge Runner stuff, new things, new gigs, new appearance options, transmogs too, as well. Red mod launch for help with installing and managing mods. This game is surprisingly still doing well, having new additions, and at the end of the day, with this brand new Netflix edition, it does seem like it's kind of being pushed on top. Now, I always have to give a lot of credit where credit's due. They did put a lot of effort into it. This should have all been done on release. And in theory, they probably should have waited a little bit longer too as well. They should have waited the game one more delay. I know people would have been upset, but give that one more year, and I'm sure this game would still be so beloved. So give me your thoughts and comments down below. I think it's cool. Let me know if you guys checked out the show. Let me know if you guys rechecked out the game, or if you guys actually might be tempted to do either way now after seeing the news or watching some videos and such. Let me know in the comment section down below. As well as make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for all the signups because there is a drop tomorrow, and as well the Target links and all the other good stuff too as well down below.